We have a lot of things to be encouraged about in the Oklahoma Conference. You know, sometimes we look at the problems and we just think that everything's negative, but that's certainly not the case here in Oklahoma. The Lord is blessing us in many, many ways, and we want to remember that that's where the blessings come from. They come from the Lord. It's not because of anything we do that's clever or anything that we do that's outstanding, but the blessings all come from God. I think that sometimes we don't get the first things first. We rejoice because of the things that God is doing, and rightly so, because God is the one who's doing it. God is the one who has brought all these blessings to our conference family. But we need to remember what the important thing is, and that is our spiritual relationship with Jesus. And I'm encouraged because I see around the conference many, many people who are not only beginning, but also who are convinced of this and are really beginning to be serious about their relationship with Jesus. Our prayer ministries have been growing exponentially. At a recent prayer conference, we had several prayer coordinators from the churches around the conference who were there, and they're serious about prayer for themselves and for their churches, and serious about their relationship with Jesus. Our Spanish work is continuing to grow. We're really encouraged by that. We have several new Spanish companies that are on their way to becoming churches, and the evangelism activity within the Spanish community is heartwarming. Also, in our English churches, we have some churches that have just built new structures. We have had one new church within the last year come into the Sisterhood of Churches. That's the Pioneer Adventist Fellowship in West Siloam Springs. The Alva Church has just occupied their brand new building, and the Edmond Church is just broke ground a few weeks ago for a beautiful new structure out on I-35 in a highly visible and highly accessible area. So we're encouraged about a lot of things. There are a lot of good things that are happening here. We're really excited about camp meeting this year. Camp meeting is always a big time in Oklahoma. It's a time of high spiritual blessings. It's a time of fellowship when we get together and fellowship with our brothers and sisters that in many cases we haven't seen for a year. We look forward to camp meeting, put a lot of work, a lot of expense goes into camp meeting. And we're looking forward to a good camp meeting this year, but we're going to do something a little bit different. You know, the old-time Adventist camp meetings were a little bit different than they are now. These days, the camp meeting is just for the members. Don't know that it's intended to be that way, but that's kind of the way it worked out. But the old-time Adventist camp meetings were evangelistic in their style. And so we want to try to get back to that at least a little bit this year. And so this year we are going to have an evangelist do the evening sermons, the evening presentations. And we will be sending out advertisements, brochures in the communities around there. And who knows, perhaps the Lord will give us the nucleus for another church in that area. We'll also have the King's Herald Quartet. You know, when you think of old-time camp meetings, the King's Herald is always comes to mind. And so we'll be having them from the opening night through Thursday night to add to the evangelistic effort. And the last 2 nights, the last weekend, will be Jennifer LaMountain. So we're looking forward to camp meeting being not only inspiring for us, but that it'll be inspiring for the folks in the community around about as well.